Welcome back. Brace yourselves for this next story. Actress Alicia Silverstone likes to feed her son by chewing food and then putting it in his mouth. Yes, one of the more bizarre stories you can click on at our website, hlntv.com. The editor, Katie Caperton, joins us again. All right, so, wow, what can we find on the website? Well, how about this? Birds, they chew their food, feed it to their babies. We've seen that. Well, now a movie star mom doing the same thing, chewing the food and giving it to baby. It's called kiss feeding, and actress Alicia Silverstone, she's practicing this on her son, Bear, chewing the food and giving it to him. We'll talk about that, and we're talking about it as well on our website, hlntv.com. Supposed to promote the vegan lifestyle. She says the video was shot a couple of months ago, and again, she's feeding Bear some miso soup and collard greens there. But is this healthy? Is this a healthy, right thing to do? We're going to get an expert opinion on this now. Registered dietitian Laura Cipullo joins us now, and we'll talk about it after the break. Stay with us for that. Well, we talked about it before the break. There it is. It's called kiss feeding, and that's Alicia Silverstone, the movie star, doing this with her 10-month-old son. She chews the food, so it's pre-chewed, then it ends up in his mouth. Is this safe? You ever heard of this before? Let's bring in registered dietitian Laura Cipullo and a mom as well. What was your reaction seeing this? I know there's got to be some folks watching this going, whoa, wait a minute here. What do you think?
I was definitely surprised that she was mouth-feeding her child. I think there's nutritional, behavioral, and emotional consequences to feeding a 10-month-old pre-digested food. Well, you're really missing a developmental stage.
Well, let's talk about just nutrition, the food itself. Is there anything good that can come out of this, and what's dangerous about it?
I think the positive is that the child is maybe getting a little bit of kale here. I think the rest is probably negative. The child needs to learn to chew his or her own food. When you're chewing your kid's food, you're pre-digesting the food for the child. So if your child is, 1 or 2 months old, maybe they need pre-digested food. But at 10 months old, your child can eat a vegetable, your child can eat some chicken, so they don't need pre-digested food. And when you're chewing it, you're actually taking or initiating the digestion process, so your enzymes are breaking the food down for the child. The child has these enzymes and needs to start to use them. Yeah,
so there's your nutritional part of this that the child seems to be missing, just like you said, just beginning to learn to eat and chew food. That's a natural process of the developmental process. What about, you mentioned behavioral consequences here. What do we have?
Right, so behavioral, a child should be learning how to use their hands and their mouth. Behaviorally, you want to use your hands for touching, seeing how a food feels texture-wise, knowing what a temperature is and how to respond to it. And then you want to know how to use your mouth just for chewing, for feeling comfortable with different textures. If the food is chewed already, you're only going to know a pureed, pre-digested texture. You're not going to know what a strawberry feels like. You're not going to know what something rough may feel like.
Got it. And what about, you mentioned number 3, the emotional aspect to this?
The emotional aspect is a child between 9 and 12 months should be working on feeding independence. When a mother is mouth-feeding a child, the child at that point is learning to become dependent on the mother rather than separating their identity and actually learning to feed for themselves.
Now, Alicia Silverstone, she would say that, she's very healthy, eats very healthy, that she's kickstarting this, and she's vegan, that she's kickstarting this for her son. Is there any rush to get the veggies in a 10-month-old and to do it this way?
You can get veggies in by just giving your child veggies. You don't need to chew your child's veggie. You can give them carrots, any type of finger food at 9 to 12 months would be appropriate for your child to start eating. And it's really important that they learn to pick it up on the table and bring it to their mouth. This is when they learn to grasp food and find their mouth. It's a hand-eye coordination period.
Got it. Well, Laura Cipullo, thanks again. We appreciate it. A registered dietitian giving us the skinny, so to speak, on Alicia Silverstone's kiss feeding method with her 10-month-old. Thanks again. Appreciate it. All right.
You.
Yeah.